Hi, I'm Callum from Time Valley Motorhomes, and today I'll be showing you the brand new Elddis CV20. As we start off on the driver's side, the first point you get to is your LPG. So with the CVs, they've got an underslung 25 litre tank. You fill up here from your local LPG centre by getting the gun, putting it in, turning the nozzle and then pulling the trigger and pressing the button until simply it won't take any more LPG. And for a reason, you can see inside by the habitation door how much gas is on board at any time. You do have your two taps, so you've got your grey waste and your freshwater drain off here, which you can open up in the winter months and don't leave any water in. So you drive over a grate and drain that off properly when you're on a site. And then this is your cassette toilet. So to operate your cassette toilet, what you need to do is make sure the blade's closed on the inside of the toilet first, lift the handle and slide it out. Remove the cover so it's like this, so there's normally a cap on here. Press the button, go to your waste disposal point and tip out. You do have a handle so you can drag it around the site instead of carrying it. Once you've emptied it, you put some water in, give it a rinse and drain out again. And then the cap is a measuring stick, so you'd put your liquid in there and then put liquid straight into here, so cap full, and then push it back into the vehicle when it's ready to use. Under these three flaps you do have your freshwater filler, so you put a hose pipe in there and fill it until it overflows, or fill it until you're happy you've got enough water on board, which you can see on the main control panel. You've got your external 240 volt socket, so if you want power in your awning, I'll get an extension, plug it in there, put the cable underneath the van, and then you've got power. And then here you do have your mains connectivity point. So get your hook up lead, hook the vehicle, lift it, hook the vehicle up, and always hook the vehicle up first and then the point, as we wouldn't want you walking around with the live lead. At the back of the vehicle you do have your high level brake light and your built-in reverse camera underneath. And then as it's a van conversion, you can have the doors rotated to 90 degrees on both sides. And you've got a storage locker there. On the passenger side of the vehicle, you've got your thematic black awning and your stylish alloy wheels, as it's in signature form, which is exclusive to Time Valley Motorhomes. And then you do have your lockable fuel cap, and as this is a brand new Euro 6D compliant engine, it does have the AdBlue solution, and it will come up between the temperature and the fuel gauge when it needs it. It's normally between 5,000 and 6,000 miles when it needs at its first 20 litres of AdBlue. 20 litre tank you can fill up from any petrol station, or you can buy it in the drums and fill it up yourself. On the slam panel you've got your tyre pressures, which are 5.5 bar or 79.5 psi all round. Engine battery lives underneath this cover. You've got your toolkit in here, which has got a jackknip brace and a towing eye in, and you've got your bonnet release on the dashboard. Underneath the bonnet you do have your second stage conversion, so with Erwin-Heimer, which is part of Elldis. So 3.5 tonne. If you were to put a tow bar on, you can tow 2 tonne behind you, and this is your SGE number, which is your unique build number. Then you do have your earth for giving a jump start, and your, if you put your key in here and lift this cover, your positive goes on there for giving or receiving a jump start. You've got your oil filler and dipstick, your paint codes on the panel there, and then this lifts off for these two. But you do have your brake fluid, your coolant, your power steering fluid, and your screen washer jets. Also on the cargo door you do have a slide screen which has been fitted from the factory, and you do have an electric step. The switch is just there and retracts when the engine is started. So inside the vehicle you've got your main 12 volt control panel. It is different on the 2019s, but I'll show you that. This is the 2020 control panel. So you've got your on-off switch here, which is your master switch. This will either give you 12 volt if you want hooked up, and off your leisure battery, or it'll give you 240 volt if you are hooked up and you have mains power on board. So you turn it on there, and then you've got your master switch for all your interior lights, and then they all are individually switched around the vehicle. You've got your pump, and to put your pump on to surface your exterior shower, your toilet, and your shower and sink taps. Otherwise it'll just get whatever's left in the system and then it will drain off. And then here you have your awning light, which is above the door here. And you've got two switches here. You've got your leisure battery reading and you've got your fresh water reading. Should your fresh water be not reading correctly, what you need to do is you need to press both down together, like so, to recalibrate it. It'll then indicate, and then you would press it once, twice, and 3 times, and it will recalibrate and show your fresh water level, like so. So behind the wardrobe, so this is on the bench seat, which is behind the driver's seat, is your wheel heating and hot water system. So at the top you've got hot water, and at the bottom you have heating. The plus and the minus does the temperature of the heating. So the top's 30 degrees, or the middle is about 15. So you've got 1 kilowatt of electric, 1 wiggly line, 2 kilowatts of electric on 2 wiggly lines, which would normally be how you'd heat the water should you be on a site. You wouldn't waste your gas. You've got gas on its own, so if you do a lot of wild camping and you're not hooked up, the only way to heat the vehicle or heat the water would be on gas, and this is on gas heating the water, like so. You've got gas in 1 wiggly line, which is a mixture, is known as mixed 1, which is gas and 1 kilowatt of electric, or you've got mixed 2, which is gas and 2 kilowatts of electric. You'd normally use gas and 2 kilowatts of electric in the winter should you want to rapidly boost your hot water, or should you be desperate for a shower. Whenever you can, this will double the heating time to about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. Below you have your heating. So you've got 1 kilowatt of electric, 2 kilowatts of electric, 3 kilowatts of electric, gas on its own should you be wild camping and not hooked up, gas and 2 kilowatts of electric. So if you're away in the winter and it's really cold, you can put the gas and electric on together should you be hooked up, and this will double the heating time and get the van nice and toasty in no time. And then you've got your temperature here, so 30 degrees where the line is now, and you can turn it down to about 15. And should something fail, so you get a warning triangle here. To reset the panel, you'd press whatever's failed. So say the heating failed, you'd press the heating button and the plus button together, press and hold until the warning light went out. So on the CVs, you do get a Dometic 12 volt compressor fridge. So to turn on and off, just press and hold, and then you can use the modes. So you've got performance, you've got quiet. You would use quiet on a night as it drops the decibels of the fridge and you don't hear it as much. Or you can put on boost, which will boost the chilling time. You've then got your temperature. So your temperature can go min and max by pressing and holding here. And to turn off, you just press and hold. You do have 2 travel catches on here as well, so you can lock the door when in travelling. And then you've got your freezer box there. Once you've finished using it, if you take your remaining of your shopping out, give it a quick clean, and then just leave the door open during the time it's in storage. Also in your kitchen, you've got a Russell Hobbs microwave, which is on 240 only, so it only works when hooked up, and the isolation plug is in here along with your plate rack, so you can isolate the microwave should you ever have to replace it or turn it off. So your light for your bathroom is this one, and then this one is your back lounge lights there. And then all your little reader lights are individually switched, and you've got your TV point, so you've got a 12 volt, an aerial point and a 2 30-volt socket, but if I was getting a TV, I'd get a 12-volt one, as you can use it when not hooked up. And then there's your TV bracket, which you connect. So in your lounge on the passenger side of the vehicle, if you open the cupboards, you can also lift these up. You've got storage throughout here on this side. And on this side, your leisure battery lives in this top corner, and your water pump. And then under here is your fuses and trips, which I'll show you from down here. So at the back of the vehicle, you've got your two large bench seats. If you did want to make them into a double bed, you'd simply lift and slide in the middle, lift and slide in the middle on both, and then you'd get your back cushions, put them in the middle there. This one, and it's quite a snug fit. And then you would remove these, which are your headrests. And there you do have your double bed across the motorhome. I'd also advise turning these cushions upside down as well, and you get a flatter surface to sleep on. In the bathroom area, so this is your Thetford toilet. So to operate, make sure first of all you've got water in and the pump's on. You will then be able to press the button on the back, fill the bowl with water, which is your flush, and then to use it, you always use it with the slide open. So you slide it to the right, so you'd flush it first, lubricate the blade, slide it to the right, use the toilet, flush the toilet, and then close the blade. This is just all to help the blade being lubricated and not stop sticking. And then close it, and it must be shut to get the cassette out the outside of the van, and then this will go red once the cassette is full. You also get a shower curtain, which isn't fitted at present. You get a shower curtain to go on to stop the toilet getting wet. You've got your toiletry cabinet there, and then on the sink is just a push plug. And then when winterizing as well, I'd pull this out of here, take the shower head off, and allow the shower hose to lie in the shower tray to get any water that's coiled up in here out, and leave the mixer tap open. So in the cupboard next to the telly point, you have got your TV booster where you can boost and weaken the signal should it be too strong or too weak, and you do have two USB slots there, so you can charge your devices off the 12-volt leisure battery. So now in the cab, to the right of the driver, you do have your folding handbrake. So your handbrake, when it's off and it's on. You've got your electric mirror adjustments, which is the top and the bottom, so you've got two adjustments on each mirror. And then you do have your electric windows. Pinch with your finger and your thumb and slide the front down, which is your MS car blinds, and then pinch your windscreen, and you will be able to black it out like so. And then you've got the same on that window there. You've got your headlight adjustment and rear fogs, and then this turns off your stop start, so if you don't want it in use you can turn it off, otherwise it will just be in use. So whenever you put the clutch down on a manual and take it out of gear, or you just put your foot on the brake on an automatic, it will just go, the engine will cut out should it have sufficient charge in the battery, otherwise it will not cut out. You've then got your trips and your wipers, which the trip computer goes through the middle screen, tells you your miles per gallon, your travelling times, your distance travelled, and so on. You've got your hands free, and this will scan through your radio tracks or your media or phone book. Mute, volume, voice command, cruise control off, speed limiter to set, get it up to speed, put the cruise on and press up to set. Should you have to brake, and then you can press resume to cancel it and resume it back up to speed, or cancel should you require. You've got your lights and your indicators, and then this one is a 9-speed gearbox, but they do come manual as standard, so this is an option that the customer has opted. You've got park, reverse, which brings on your rear view camera there, which has got the lines, neutral and drive, and then you can go up across, so you can push it left to go up and down. Manual mode should you want to intervene, but this gearbox is really good. And then you do have your drive mode, which goes through, you'll see the P in the bottom corner. If you press drive mode above it, it'll say eco, normal or power. I would just leave it on normal to be fair. And then it's got kick down, so if you did want to overtake something or you felt you were struggling, if you just kick the accelerator as it's got kicked down, it will drop the gear and then you shall build up speed. Like I said about the AdBlue, it will come between the fuel and the temperature gauge to tell you that you need to top up the vehicle with AdBlue. And then now in the middle, you've got your ASR off, which is another word for turning your traction control off. You've got your hazards, you've got your lock button, which locks all the doors as it's a van conversion. It's got central lock on every door. Your heated mirrors, your USB for charging and a 12 volt for charging, a lockable center console with a USB up here, so should you want USB for your head unit, it's in there, so you can connect your iPhone or your memory sticks, as it doesn't take a CD. Temperature on the outside ring must be on at least 1 or more for the aircon to work. You do have your distribution, so where you want the air to go to, face, feet, screen, and then you do have recirculating air within the vehicle or bringing fresh air in. Turn on and off the radio here. This is a standard Fiat head unit, and then you do have AM, FM and DAB radio stations, so you can scan for your favourite one and then press 1 to 3 to save, or you can press all and save up to 12. Media can be a USB or it can be USB or a Bluetooth audio, depending on what source you want to use. So I'll be able to tell you there once I've put it in the right language there. So no USB inserted, source or Bluetooth. Go to nav, which is just a TomTom nav, so it's just van sat nav, which to be fair this is just a van, so this will get you down the right roads. Once you've set it up, it may ask you to set up your home destination. I wouldn't put your household address in, I'd put the street before, street after, or somewhere near, as if someone steals your motorhome and you've set your home location up, they know exactly where you live. So I wouldn't advise doing that. I'd advise just putting somewhere close where you can navigate to, and then navigate from that point to your home. And then you do have a phone where you can pair a phone, so you'd find Uconnect on your smart device, so just start scanning for your device on your smartphone, find Uconnect, make sure the pins match. Once the pins match, press pair on your phone, press pair on the head unit, and then it will ask you if you want to download your phone book. Press allow, and whoever rings you will come up as a name, not just a number. Then you do have more, so you've got a clock, a compass and a trip, so you can view the trips on here as well. You can turn the screen off should the screen be too bright and you just want the radio on. Obviously you've got mute and you've got your settings there, so you can change your date and time, your language, your voice command, clocks, safety, vehicle lock options, so you can put the radio on, or you can lock the vehicle, and you can restore the data. If you ever get the screen where the reverse camera just doesn't go away and you're not in reverse, that means the back doors have been shut properly. So what you need to do is you need to get out and you need to shut the doors again, and then it should disappear off the head unit. You've got a glove box here which is cooled and heated by the air conditioning, and you've got a glove box down there. This now brings us to the end of the handover video on the brand new Elddis Siganture, as its Time Valley's exclusive vehicle, CV20, which is a 2021 motorhome.